Well, before I get started on this video that just might actually turn into a rant, I need to say hook 'em. Texas got the win against Kentucky in Lexington. Was it pretty? No. I would prefer to win ugly than lose pretty. So let me get that out of the way. The other thing I have realized is my fandom in me is at conflict with the result. The fandom me wants it to look good, wants us to do things that make sense, wants the team to make me feel comfortable. I want them to do the things that I think that they're capable of so that I feel comfortable. The other side of me that is enamored with the results, I want my team to win. So I'm at conflict. I was going to start this video off by talking about the offense and going on my rant, but I'm going to save my rant about the offense to the end of this video. So before I get into ranting and raving about this offense, because trust me, I have a lot to say about this terrible Texas offense and being a liability, specifically Coach Sark, because I think he bears a ton of responsibility for this offense. Let me take a minute and talk about this defense. This Texas defense fills my heart. Hi, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and I'll let you get back to your video. This Texas defense deserves all the credit in the world twice over and over on repeat. And this Texas defense is why I wanted to start this video and give some context because they deserve that win tonight. That Texas defense went out there, goal line stand. How many fourth downs that didn't convert because of them? How many, like this Texas defense continues to show up. They continue to be the backbone of this team and they continue to be consistent over and over and over. And I love them for that. And they deserve all the praise in the world. This Texas defense continues to show up. I have nothing to say about this Texas defense. This Texas defense was on the field for half of this football game. And they still got a goal line stand. Still, in overtime, this Texas defense is every single thing I want them to be, I need them to be, and I love them for it. And because this Texas offense is such a liability, I needed to take a minute and tell this Texas defense, thank you. I appreciate you for always being ready to go, for making it happen. Even when you might not look your best, you still find ways to get things done and get stops. Thank you. And I am sorry that this offense is so bad, but thank you for stepping up and being the most consistent thing on this team. I know that when the ball hits the ground, we have trouble picking up the ball. So that's okay. Okay. You can't be perfect, defense. I understand. However, you're phenomenal. In every single way, you're phenomenal, you're fast, you're aggressive, you're physical, you're all the things that I need you to be. So thank you, Texas defense, for being the best part of this Texas football team. The second best part of this football team is this Texas special teams. I don't give a damn about those penalties. I love this Texas special teams. I love the kicker. I love Ryan Niblett, my bad Ryan Niblett, for giving you crap at the beginning of the season. Shout out to this Texas special teams because without this Texas defense and without this Texas special teams, Texas would not have won that game today. So shout out to you all for being amazing. Shout out to you for being consistent and there and available every single game. You make me so proud to be a Texas fan, and I appreciate you. You make me proud to be a Texas fan. And I'll just say this Texas defense keeps me excited watching football games because I like defenses and I like watching great defenses play. And so I am fortunate enough to get to see this Texas defense play. I like seeing defenses in football do things that make sense. I like seeing defenses look fantastic. And if it wasn't for this Texas defense, I might turn the channel, but I don't because I want to see this Texas defense when they're on the field. I could take or leave the offense. I don't have to watch them do anything. But when this Texas defense is on the field, I am locked in and I expect them to always make every single play. And that, to me, means that they are special because I am expecting them to be perfect at all times. And that is not reasonable, but they have earned that from me. And so Texas defense, thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being an amazing part of this team. Special teams, thank you for doing your job. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you. I appreciate you, special teams, and I appreciate you, defense. Now let me get into this offense. Because part of me absolutely is looking at this offense and thinking they are a complete joke. 100%. And they are a joke starting from the head coach to the quarterback. And I think that that trickles down to everybody else. And because I think this offense as a whole is a joke, I have issues. Because on the one hand, I feel like Texas has had offensive issues for the past, if we're honest, 3 seasons with Coach Sark. And I have seen Coach Sark do things that don't make sense to me so many times that it's starting to become normal. But then on the flip side of that, I'm wondering, okay, do I not like Coach Sark's play calling whenever we're close and nothing is working? Or do I always have issues with Coach Sark's play calling? I think I always have issues with play calling. And this is my issue. The way that I look at football is this. You just got off of a very intense rivalry game where you were on the road. Amazing. You now go to Lexington, Kentucky, and you're playing a Kentucky team that is not good defensively. They're just not good defensively, okay? That is what the stats tell us, that they're just, okay. So you get into this game. In my mind, in my football brain, I think the plan should be you bring Arch into this game and you bring him along in this game and you make him comfortable. What do I mean by making him comfortable? You give him handoffs, you allow his running back to run the ball, and then you give him pass plays. And you keep it simple for him because this is like your first experience with him coming off of losing to Florida, beating Oklahoma. Now he's on the road in the SEC playing in Kentucky, and it's strange. So for me as a head coach, and as an OC, I would think I want my quarterback to be comfortable. So I'm going to let him lean into this game a little bit, fill out this game a little bit, and kind of get his mojo going. That is what I thought Coach Sark was going to do. Instead, what Coach Sark did in the first half, that offensive play calling was atrocious. You're running trick plays on 3rd down. You're running quarterback sneaks. Like, you're having Arch do all of these things. But we just had a game last week where our running backs were fine. So why did we go away from using the running backs when Kentucky's defense is not good at stopping the run? So now you put the game in Arch Manning's hands. And so but why? We don't have to do that. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Spread the ball around, but keep it simple. Give him a handoff to the right, handoff to the left, handoff up the middle. Simple route plays. We don't have to do trick plays. We don't have to try to trick Kentucky. So that I don't understand. So now you're in a game, you do nothing to get Arch Manning ready and revved up to go in this first half. You do nothing to allow Arch Manning to fill the game. I don't know about you watching this video. I think Arch Manning is actually better when he can fill the game and he scrambles because he sees it open, like he did in this game. His scrambling and the things that he does to create plays, I think that is Arch's strength. And so the coach has to play to his strength. So what that means is you don't call quarterback runs and quarterback sneaks and all these quarterback design runs for him. That is not his game. What you do is you call you call run plays, you call pass plays, and you let Arch decide when he's going to take off. That, in my opinion, and my football brain, is how you should bring him into this game. Because that is what I see coaches do with rookie quarterbacks in the NFL. Right? You kind of keep things simple for him. That is what they're doing in Cleveland with Dylan Gabriel, when JJ McCarthy was playing. Like, my point is, even Cam Ward, the way that you help quarterbacks that don't have a lot of game experience is you bring them in the game, you get them comfortable in the game, and then you start opening up the playbook. That is not what Coach Sark does for Arch Manning. Now, did Arch Manning have a good game? Well, no. And the problem, in my opinion, I blame that on the coach. Because your job as a coach is to put your athletes in positions to be successful. Coach Sark is not putting Arch Manning in situations to be successful. So then when Arch Manning is not successful, then we blame Arch Manning, but it's really Coach Sark's fault. Because Coach Sark is supposed to make this easier for his quarterback. If you want to be called an offensive guru and you want all these big names, I need to see you do things that make sense. And the things that make sense is for you to bring your quarterback along in the game. First quarter, keep it simple. Hand the ball off. Allow your running back to do something. Pass plays, basic. Stop putting all of these things on Arch Manning. That is not what he needs right now. That is not going to help us win football games consistently. That is on Coach Sark. My other issue with Coach Sark, we have a true freshman playing at left guard. A true freshman playing at left guard. And then we have a backup center playing this game. So a true freshman at left guard and a backup center. And our coach still doesn't think that it is a great idea to keep these games simple. That doesn't make any sense to me. This is on Coach Sark. His play calling is bad. His ability to bring Arch Manning along in games is bad. And because it is bad in the first half, it is glaringly bad for Arch Manning in the second half. And I think that is on Coach Sark. And that is disgusting. And Coach Sark has to be better at coaching, and he has to be better at managing his team, because his job is to put Arch Manning in position to be successful. And so if Coach Sark has not put Arch Manning in a position to be successful, and then, by the way, now in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, we need you to make basic plays. How do you expect him to make basic plays? He never got his footing in the game. He never got it. So what do you expect him to do? Your job as a coach is to make him feel comfortable. You're not making him feel comfortable. You're not doing him any favors. So that is my frustration with this Texas offense. At the end of the day, we won the game against Kentucky. I can go back and look at all the teams that have struggled with Kentucky in Kentucky. I get it. Kentucky is not the best place to put. I got it. I totally understand that. And that is fine with me. My issue, though, is that I keep seeing Coach Sark do certain things, and I don't think he's helping Arch Manning. I don't think Coach Sark is helping Arch Manning progress in his quarterback play. That concerns me, because you can't go from Florida at the very beginning of the game. Arch kind of was, whatever. And then he kind of started coming along slowly. And then he started doing better in the second half. Now that offensive line was a different issue. So you then get to Oklahoma, and I feel like you do the basic things right. You give Wisner little throws where he can make moves. You give Arch easy stuff, and you let Arch Manning feel the game. And because he can feel the game, he's a better quarterback. You get a great result. Then you come and play Kentucky, and everything that you did leading up to this, you didn't do it. That isn't, my logical brain can't make sense of that. I don't understand it. Now, can I sit here and say Arch Manning was bad? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not saying that Arch Manning wasn't bad, but I am saying that his coach isn't doing him any favors. And so if your coach isn't doing you any favors and you have no feeling for the game and your coach is calling bogus things, what are you supposed to do? You're going to look bad. Anyone is going to look bad. Anyone. Coach Sark needs to do better offensive play calling for Arch Manning. He has to be better. Coach Sark cannot call plays he wants to call. Coach Sark has to call plays that will allow Arch Manning to feel the game, to get involved in the game, and to get comfortable in the game. And then if Sark wants to open the playbook, fantastic. But stop calling designed runs for Arch Manning. Allow Arch Manning to decide when he's going to run the ball. I'm going to get off of this, but I'm frustrated, and I don't even know what this team is going to look like next week for Mississippi State, because this offense is a liability and we can't score points. I hope Sark figures it out. I hope Sark looks in the mirror at some point and say he is the problem. I hope somebody around Coach Sark is telling him he is the problem. He has to do a better job at managing Arch Manning. Coach Sark has to do a better job of managing Arch Manning. Because if he does a better job managing Arch Manning, and if he does a better job calling plays for Arch Manning, we are going to get a better Arch Manning. If that does not happen, we're in trouble. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hook 'em, and I'll see you in my next video.